Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mrs. Paper Guy.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And tonight we enjoyed Fireball. And we are here waiting for Mr. Magazine to come back. He's one of those beds back over there. He did leave a message for everybody. He said, if I could look on the right side of the paper, that would probably help. He said, feeling better each day, expect to step it up next week, but they may not allow me to drive so soon this time because it's my pedal leg. So he had the hip surgery, as many of you know. That's why the part of Mr. Magazine tonight will be played by Mrs. Paper Guy. And I want to say hi to everybody out there.
Hello,
click
Don.
on it. Click on the names.
Okay.
Yep. There you go.
I know that. Say, Don. And hello, Mr. Hot Wheels. And
Dave's odds and ends. And thank you for being a member. Thank you for being a member, Don, also. And
Donald.
And welcome, Donald.
And Jeff.
And Jeff Norton, who we saw this past weekend. I'm going to jump ahead. We saw him at the Syracuse Flea Market. Antiquarian Bookman.
Hello.
Thank you for being a member as well.
Morris.
And Mercury Morris. Good to see you.
And
Metal for Gemini. Thank you for being a member. All right. Mr. Magazine also said on the sales that sales were down for him, seemed to be down for him everywhere. They've been down for me as well, hence the summer slowdown theme today. I had a very, very good day yesterday. I don't know why. Yesterday was a very good day. Everything was hitting on all cylinders yesterday. Today we're back down to blah. It's just been a blah week overall. And the next one.
And Diane.
And hello, Diane. Good to have you in as well. So sales have been a little bit slow. So Mr. Magazine, of course, has not been buying anything. He needs to be driven everywhere. It's driving Mr. Magazine. We're going to probably should do a movie about that. So he's not able to drive anywhere at this point as well. Hello, Cali Devs. Welcome in. I'm late for a very important date. And thank you for being a member. Fossil Forward Finds. Check out his channel if you haven't already.
Hello.
And Schmidt Auctions, whom we know, we met in Allentown, and we'll be meeting in Allentown again in October. So it should be a lot of fun over there as well.
And hello, Mr. Magazine.
And I'm Mr. Magazine. Here we are. 34 out of 55 promoted, so they are pushing promoted pretty heavily. And offers 122 out of 287, 280 the prior week. So pretty much a steady week as far as offers go. It's just the sales were not coming through this past week versus the week before on that. I did sell two items on million.dollar.peddlers, one on Vivs-Views. Etsy was a complete goose egg. Absolutely nothing sold on Etsy. One item on Biblio and 7 sold over on Hip Comic. So Hip Comic is Enfuego. Speaking of which, there will be an Enfuego raid train August 30th, if memory serves me correct. And if that's right, I really wasting a lot of brain cells because I could always look it up. Schmidt Auctions and them have a great raid train. And next week, Penguin Boss, you know Pengy.
Yes.
Will be our guest next week as well. That is not Mr. Magazine. You're absolutely right, Jackie Jack. And thank you for being a member. Very astute there of Jackie Jack. You figured that one out. Much brighter background tonight. Yeah, there you are, Mr. Magazine. That look familiar to you? I think that's your bed back there. So when you are able to make it back, you can just pop your head up and say hi to everybody. Now, obviously, Mr. Magazine hasn't been buying anything. I did go to the Empire Comic Fest and didn't buy anything. Kind of walked around, didn't end up buying anything. August 30th, Enfuego, all risque ephemera. Oh, After Dark. Paper Go After Dark there always is fun because it's way past my bedtime. So, the Mystery House. I am going there tomorrow to pick up some books, and then I have to talk to them because their nephew is going to buy the house, and now the house is going up for sale. So we have to figure out an alternate plan. I was talking today with Mr. Magazine about it, and I may need to borrow his box truck and one of his employees, and we'll figure something or other out. But I got to talk to them tomorrow. So got big plans afoot, as they say. On that there. You can click on Schmidt. Yeah.
Oh, you did.
That is true, Dawn. That is true. Oh, all right. Yes, you did. Okay. Sorry. Went to the Avon Flea. Mrs. Papergoy and I went down to the Avon Flea Market. What did you think of that this week, Mrs. Papergoy?
It was.
That is a doornail. Exactly. That's what you were going to say, right?
Yes.
It was a ghost town.
Yeah.
And we went down there thinking there'd be a fair number of people, and there wasn't hardly anybody. I think you bought from one vendor maybe?
Yeah.
And I bought from 2 or 3 vendors. There's just nobody there. Well, then we were going over to Syracuse to Mid-Eastern Festival that Jazzy Jeff has told us about a number of years, and we've always not found the time for it. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to go or not. Mrs. Papergoy said, come on, let's go. It'll be fun. What'd you think of the food over there?
It's very good. It's very good.
Very, very good. Yeah, they had a vanilla ice cream there with infused with some kind of an orange blossom thing. It was probably the best vanilla ice cream I've ever had in my life. It was and I love vanilla ice cream. It's the finest of the flavors. But I absolutely love that. So that was fun to do. However, the flea market was absolute ghost town as well. Just kind of not very many vendors. I did end up buying a couple of things from Jazzy Jeff and a couple of other people as well. Did end up buying some sheet music off a guy. It was kind of funny. I made a pile of sheet music and brought it up to him and said, I didn't count it and you don't want to count it. And he goes, you're right. Well, what's your offer? I said, $20. He goes, well, $20 is my haul away everything price. But so that, of course, that's good. Now, in the old days, I would have said, well, I'll take the rest of it as well. But the stuff that I left behind wasn't particularly good. And I'm trying not to take as much junk anymore. So I said, nah, I'm good just with this. So I just, I took what I thought was the best stuff. I'm sure that I left some good stuff there as well, but what are you going to do? It would just be sitting in a pile forever and be at my estate sale as well. So just take the best stuff and try to get that stuff listed. And then the best story of all, there was a lady there who was set up with comic books, and Miss Papergoy was there and saw this as well. She had a bunch of comic books, and these comic books were in plastic sleeves, but not individually. She had like a magazine bag with like 25 comics in it, like 3 or 4 different magazine bags and a couple of singles and a bunch of exactly chicken to China, the Chinese chicken, had a bunch of cover lists and all that. I said, oh, hello, Kelly. Indeed, they have been. I said, how much are the comics? Her first answer to me, well, they're not cheap. Okay, that is one heck of a salesmanship right there. The comics are not cheap. All right. I said, well, how much are they? She goes, well, it depends. I got them in bundles. I'd like to sell them in bundles, but they're like $5 a comic if you're going through, and the cover lists are like $1 a piece. I'm like, okay. She goes, are you buying a bundle or are you going to cherry pick? I go, I don't know. I haven't started looking yet. I don't have any idea whatsoever. So I ended up going through them, and I found one good comic and one decent coverless comic book. And I'm like, something, not even going to bother. So I reached out to Primetime Treasure Hunter, a good friend of the channel. He started laughing. He said, yep, she just started setting up there. No idea at all what she's doing. He said, well, I'm interested in a bundle then. How much is a bundle? She goes, well, let me see. She opens the bundle up, starts adding up the comics. $5 for this one, $7 for this one, $5 for this one. He's like, that's not a bundle deal. So then he says, what if I want all the comics? She said, come back at 11. He came back at 11. She goes, I don't want to sell them all. Come back at 2. He goes, I'm not coming back at 2. So he just walked on by as well. So that was a lady who did not want to sell her comic books is what it comes down to. Third good week in a row. Oh, wow. Nice fossil forward. Absolutely crazy on that. Yeah, exactly. If there were a number, exactly. The positive side is next year when we go back to the Syracuse flea market in order to go to the Mid-Eastern Festival, those comics will still be there. That is the positive side of it. Yeah, not the way to make sales whatsoever. If I could give her some advice, lady, you've had them out at the flea market a couple of weeks now. Whatever is there, they're not $100 comics. They're just not. They would have been picked already if they were. They're still sitting there. You know what you have into them. Get a price, and sell them. Don't worry that you're being ripped off. Oh, she did say, well, they will be less than you can sell them for. I'm like, well, that's kind of the point. But if I'm paying $5 and I sell it for $7, I'm not making any money. So it's kind of crazy on how she's doing it. I did overhear her talking to her mother. And apparently, if you set up 3 times at that show, if you set up a 4th time, you need to have insurance. And she was saying, they said we have to have insurance, but the way around it is we just use a different social security number, they told us. So they're telling people, the fair is telling people how to get around the requirements for insurance. So take that as you may. Let's see who else is talking here. Yep, go ahead, click on here. She sounds deranged. Yeah, I absolutely, there was no way I wanted to deal with her at that point. I'm sure everyone has said it. Yep, but under marketing offers, it shows you the stats on offers received. Sent. Oh, I have not seen that yet. I will check that out. Thank you. Flea market was a ghost time, as many of the vendors were at the Brimfield Antique Show, but I had a good sales day. Okay, yeah, I figured out that Brimfield was what was going on. And apparently there's another flea market opening up near me. I actually went down to deal with the guy that runs it, spent $100 with him. And you got something, didn't you, Mrs. Paperboy?
Yes.
What did you get?
What did I get?
You can speak up. What did I surprise you with in the car?
I forgot.
Oh my God, Vera Bradley.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Vera Bradley. Wrist and wrist bag.
Yeah, so he had a purse and a wrist bag from Vera Bradley. I bought those along with the books, and I wanted to surprise Mr. Paperboy, who apparently really, really appreciates them when you get right down to it.
I forgot.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. The only problem with Syracuse was on the way home were absolute thunderstorms, and I never pull over. I had to pull over into the rest area. They were that bad. There was flash flooding and all kinds of things. Absolutely terrible drive home. Just right near the end, though, so wasn't too bad otherwise. There's a guy, 19th vintage, who threw down $35K for a house full of comics, 80 toys, cards. Oh, oof. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Well, I don't know if you saw Robert or not, but if you saw the hoarder house, I was thinking that in that hoarder house with books, there probably were $40,000 that I could sell the books for in there. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, I would love to have worked out a deal and bought that box or bought that house and then just flipped the house after I sold all the things. That's true. That's true too. That's true too. You are playing the part of Mr. Magazine tonight, yes, so
I'm good at it. Hi, Jack.
Glitch of the week per e-commerce bites on Friday. If you were having ad blocker, then you were not getting the item description up. So for some reason or other, the ad blocker was blocking item description. And Thursday, Whatnot had an absolute total crash about 4:15 in the afternoon, took out my show along with everybody else's show. I tried for about 5 minutes to get my show up and running, could not do so. I could get back into the show. It said 6 people were there or 4 people were there in the show, but I couldn't get back into my actual show. I had to restart the show. But then when I restarted the show, I couldn't run anything. So I just finally bailed on the show. If you were there, had pre-bids, do check out the auction. I did reschedule the auction. You'll just have to pre-bid again. I'm sorry about that. That was a complete Whatnot thing going on right over there. Site changes. Posting over on YouTube has to be on the phone now. If I those allegedly humorous posts that I put up every single day, do check them out if you haven't already. They're over in the social area, the post area. Those have to be on the phone now. You can no longer do them on the computer. I don't know why. Just kind of crazy on that. I saw your hoarder house. His house made your hoarder house look like a shed. Not even exact. Oh yeah, it was unbelievable. I've never seen that many books. Never, ever, ever, ever in my life. And that was after they removed about 50 boxes of books and put them out into the driveway. That was 50 boxes of books light. Yeah, let that sink in. eBay mobile in US for sending offers is really messed up now. Pre-filling offers before you put in all digits. Oh, yeah, I don't do anything on the phone unless I'm away on a trip. Otherwise, I don't even touch the phone. So I don't know that. I did see eBay now has an auto price reduction with a repricer, and you can set it up with a floor. You can set it up to lower your price over time if you want to do so. I've not used that, but that is now available on the site. So if anybody's used it, let me know how it works. I did get an email from eBay. This was odd because I've never gotten one of these before, or not in years. telling me that an item that I had up for auction has a bid on it. I have not gotten that in forever. It just says, hey, congratulations, your item will sell. It has a bid. I'm like, okay, super. I don't know if that was just a change they're making, if it was just some glitch. I have no idea at all why that showed up. It never has before. And then Mr. Magazine got a warning from Shopify that he's selling things that he needs permission to sell on Shopify, Disney Star Wars items, and Marvel. So all the Disney stuff, they're starting to do like Amazon does and require you to have proof of where you get the things from and all that, which is really crazy because, again, first sale doctrine, yada, yada, yada. So the crazy thing about it as well is they reached out to him and said, you have to end these items, didn't tell him what items they were, and then said, if you don't end them, we will for you. Well, why am I going to go through all the work of trying to figure them out? Because odds are I'm not going to have the exact same ones ended that you will. So let you do the work. Why wouldn't I? There's no upside to doing the work yourself in that case. Item of the week. Did pick up a couple of things over at Syracuse. These were in the gentleman's sheet music thing. Notifications my sold items are delivered. Oh. So this was in there. Foxy Grandpa, who, of course, is from the... you can't, my body has to be blacking it. There we are. The Foxy Grandpa sheet music. This actually comes from a comic strip from back in the day. And Bringing Up Father. And this is a folio of songs. This one's going, people are asking about $35 to $40 on the Foxy Grandpa, and they're asking about $70 to $80 on the Bringing Up Father. Now, these are both going to go in our collection, but they're kind of cool to pull things like this. The guy did want $1 a piece on them, and obviously I got a deal. I got it like 35 cents each on them is what I ended up paying for them. So really cool items like this. I always keep my eyes open for anything at all with the old Platinum Age comic characters on there. So really, really neat little item. Quite happy about picking those up out of Syracuse. Went over and added to my collection, so that was worthwhile. Insulting offer of the week. Mr. Magazine had an Ender's Game autographed card of Haley Steinfeld. $74 he was asking on it. He got a $14 offer. What do you think of that, Mrs. Paperguy? Sorry. What do you think of that?
Mr. Magazine.
$74 and they offered $14. Should he take it? Yeah, absolutely.
Too low.
Absolutely. And that's what we call it, the insulting offer of the week. I had a Star Markets, which anybody around Rochester, Buffalo area remembers Star Markets, bag. Literally a paper bag from there, 1970s. I was asking $24 on it. Guy goes, I'll do $5 cash to Florida. I'm like, okay, well, what is this, 1968? I'm not thinking $5 cash. Plus, I can't send it to Florida for that anyway. Exactly, Don. I don't know on that one. Jim Kelly autographed 1991 Pro Set card Mr. Magazine had, asking $29.99. They offered him $1. The card alone, the card is a common, is it'd be a star card. It's probably worth $1. You could get $1 out of the Jim Kelly card by itself, not signed. For him to have signed it and offer $1 is insane. Mr. Magazine had Lego minifigures, lot of 10, $41.63, so $4.10 or $4.16 each. Offered $6.53. So they offered 65 cents each, which is insane. But I had the winner this week, a 1970s National Enquirer, $24.20 with free shipping. Guy makes me an offer, $1, and I want free shipping. So I counter back at $24.19. He counters back at $1.10. Now I did bait him. I will admit that I baited him. He offered back the $1.10. I said, problem solved, declined it, and banned him. So hopefully he had a little bit of fun. He is now banned. And if it was somebody here in the chat yanking my chain, just reach out to me and I'll unban you if you were just yanking my chain. We have Star Markets here in Syracuse. Okay, yeah, yep. 2 this week must be a new hire. I always up the weight. Yep. Delay for postage assessment item held. Wow. Yep. $2 offer and $150 autograph. All right, you might win right over there. If it was plus shipping, I might win. That's a close one. That's a close one right over there, my friend. Countdown to Brimfield. Well, obviously we missed this Brimfield. The next Brimfield we shall see. One of these Brimfields I will end up making. Mr. Magazine, if you're still watching, it's time for your favorite part of the show. You know what time it is, Mrs. Paperguy?
It's a rambling.
No, that's the end of the show.
What is it?
The Confucius joke of the
Oh my
week.
God.
Everybody's favorite time. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Really?
Not really.
Confucius says to the waiter, "Hey, waiter, this coffee tastes like soup." The waiter replies, "Sir, that must be tea. Our coffee tastes like soap, not soup." See? See, you like that. See? Finally, somebody appreciates Confucius. Our coffee tastes like soap, not soup.
What was the other one? Yesterday.
I don't remember now. Finally, somebody appreciates Confucius. Oh, about time. About time. Are you okay?
No.
Oh my God. I'll give you time to comport yourself.
Okay.
Okay, it tastes like soap, not soup.
Not soup.
New Owner's Butter Complex wants to renovate it. Oh, that would be a little bit tough, Sandy. That would be a little bit tough, definitely.
Uh-huh.
Tastes like soap, not soup. Customer issues. Mr. Magazine had the craziest one. We figured out what ended up happening. "Hi, you made me an offer of $532. I declined because shipping is listed at $805, so it would cost me $1337. $532 plus $805. Later, you agreed that shipping was $399. So are you okay with $532 plus $399 equals $931? This offer is the same. $126 plus $805 equals $931. Thanks." What ended up happening, which we now have one of Mr. Magazine's crack staff working on, he has calculated shipping set up on the item, but in his verbiage from a long time ago, it says shipping and handling will be $3.99. So the person read that and believes it's $3.99. So now we are trying to have his employees figure out a way to take that verbiage out of the listing, because it isn't $3.99, it's calculated shipping. So it's an old listing that had old verbiage in it, and that wound up being what happened. I actually made a mistake. I sent the wrong National Geographic out to somebody. They put in an item not received, noted what had happened. I said, "Oh my gosh, you're right." I printed up postage out, sent the right one out, said just keep the old one. 5 years ago, I would have been all upset, return the old one, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm just like, just keep it. It's completely my mistake. They're trying to pay me. And I said, there's really no way to pay me through eBay. I just shop for me again at some point. It's your item. Just keep it. I made the mistake on it. So it's kind of interesting the way things change throughout all the years. Got tons of books, posters, scale models to move in households to oof. I feel for you. Renoviction. Oh, I have never heard that before. Thank you, Don. I've never heard of that. Mr. Magazine had a Beatle stereophonic VJ album, which there were a lot of knockoffs of that. Hard to find a real one of those. But the person said, "Why so much for a fake reprint?" I was going to comment back to him, no, this is a real reprint. It's not a fake reprint. But I just blocked the person. Easier to do that. Mr. Magazine had somebody wanting to cancel an order. "Hi, I offered $6.99. eBay says my offer was accepted by the seller. eBay still said $7.99 was the charge, but my offer of $6.99 was still showing as accepted. So I PayPal'd the charge. I don't appreciate the way eBay system presented the accepted offer to me, so I'll bypass the purchase and request you reverse the charge. Thank you." So he says he offered $6.99 and eBay put the offer through at $7.99, and the kicker, he paid $7.25. So I don't know where he got any of his numbers from whatsoever. It's kind of crazy on that, the way that worked. This one got me going. A guy reached out to me on a Disney magazine. He asked if page 26, he goes, "I have a Xerox copy. I can read that it is from summer 1990. I cannot read the last number in there. I want the magazine. I don't know if it's 95 or 96. Can you check page 26 and tell me if it has an article about Space Mountain?" I checked page 26. I emailed him back. I said, "It's there. Here is a link to the item you can buy it from. This is great." He emails back, "So you checked the magazine and it's there?" Yeah, that's kind of what I said, isn't it? He never bought it, of course. That's why we don't like checking things for people. Storage, 2 storage units. Wow. Well, good luck to you, Sandy. Definitely good luck. I did get an email from eBay. I'm pre-approved for their capital for $9,109. Now that is an odd amount of money, but it literally is an odd amount of money, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 is odd. Yeah. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Tastes like soup, not soap. Crazy on set.
What soup is it? What soup is it?
What soup? Yeah,
Corn
chowder. Yes. Split pea. Saturday, I got no offers to watchers from 8 a.m. to noon. And that's when you start wondering if the site is down or if there's something wrong with all of your items, because you're like, why aren't I getting any offers whatsoever? $9. There you go. Did you see Mrs. Papergoy about the original Hermes bag that was owned by Jane Birkin?
No.
So apparently she was, I guess she was an actress, and she was at the airport, and she basically had this thrown together bag. And the guy from Hermes saw her and said, we need to get a real bag for you. So he made the first Hermes bag and gave it to her. And from there, it's grown into, the Hermes bags and all that. So this was literally the first bag ever made by Hermes, sold at auction. $8 million. Oh,
wow.
Yeah. When am I getting it? Exactly.
In my dreams.
Exactly. When he takes the baseball cap out, that's what ends up happening, Loca Mike. There was an article I read over in, was it Fortune or Forbes? One of those two magazines, talking about how they're using, the article was talking about boy math. And apparently people are using boy math to say that if you invest in Pokemon cards, they've beaten the market consistently over the last 20 years, yada, yada, yada. And then it delved a little bit deeper into it in the article and said, yeah, the values have, but the problem, of course, is when you try to sell it, you've got the various seller fees and all that kind of stuff. So it should be considered potentially an investment to have your money in, but it shouldn't be basically your only investment, is what they said in the magazine. Big change over here. The 1099 threshold here in the United States is changing back to $20,000 and 200 transactions. It had been down to $600 for sites like PayPal, eBay, and the like. Of course, all of the big sites were lobbying for the change back because they didn't want to do all the paperwork. It's on the computer. It's not that hard for them. I think that is bad for all of us real sellers because I think that a lot of the fly-by-night sellers will forget that they have an obligation to report their earnings, which then gives them a leg up when they are competing against us in the marketplace, because they can take less money because they don't have to worry about taxes, and they can pay more money on the buying end because they're not paying taxes. So I think that's a loss for the real resellers, but it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. The crazy thing, Jackie Jack, is there are a couple of states that it's different in. So I think Massachusetts and another state still does have the $600 threshold. So you'll still get a 1099 in those states because it's required by state law as well. I did end up signing up for the Zoom plan to help out with the consulting. I now am an official dues-paying member of the Zoom community. I did have a consultation this week. And I think it went really, really well. And again, if you are interested in consultation services, by all means, do reach out to me. I now will provide the Zoom link. There you go. Moving on up in the world. But it will be tailored to your needs. We would talk for quite a while about what your needs are, and I would work with you on what your needs are. So if you are interested, just reach out to me. So I went to file the Pennsylvania sales tax. I kind of woke up in a cold sweat, which has something to do with the power being out a week ago. But I woke up in a cold sweat and I realized that, wait a minute, July 1st is the Pennsylvania sales tax date, which means I've got till the 10th, 15th, 20th, something or other like that to get it filed. I went in, I found my login, I got all in. There is nothing due on this account. I go, okay, how do they know? Then I looked in a little bit deeper, and although I do have a sales tax number, It is not authorized to do anything until October 3rd, which is the date that I told them about Allentown, or October 4th, whatever the Allentown date is. So even though I have a number, I have no obligation to the state of Pennsylvania until that show, which I found really, really interesting, because in New York State, as soon as you sign up, your obligation starts, and they get people who don't file quarterly right away. So I was expecting Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth, to be as difficult to deal with as New York State, and it is not. It is easier to deal with than New York State. So my hat's off to the Commonwealth if I ever wore a hat. Let's see here. I can't read my writing over here. I did have a auction yesterday over on YouTube, and as Schmidt Auctions made fun of me, it was one of those hoity-toity white glove auctions. I was part of Shopaholic. Started everything at $1, and I ended up selling every item that I had over there. All 15 items sold. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Schmidt, Pengy, and Ferrari Finds as well for putting that on. Had a lot of fun. And again, every time you sell everything you put up at auction, I did do a search, and AI says it is a rare event in the auction world. So there we go. Because I'm going to be setting up at Allentown. I'm going to have a physical location at the show. So I'll have to do that for the Allentown paper show. Oh, thank you, Don. Yep. So that was good. And we're going to head on. We're flying here without Mr. Magazine's nonsense. We're going to head on into the main topic over here, accepting the summer slowdown. And I know I've done a couple of videos before that I have said, and I still 100% truly believe this, the summer slowdown, areas like that are where you do make your money, because you are making hay while everybody else is not. So you end up, it is a good time to be listing a lot. It is a good time to be doing that. However, if you have other situations that need to be handled, if you do want to go on a vacation, if you do have house repair that needs to be done, if you have, now is the time to do it. Yes, it is great to list, but you also get discouraged if you're listing 50, 60, 70 items a day and nothing hardly is selling. You get very, very discouraged. So if you've been meaning to go on that weekend trip, if you've been meaning to do this, I think we're going away next weekend, aren't we, Mrs. Paper Guy?
Yes, we are.
And where are we going?
Adirondack.
We are going to the Adirondacks. Yep.
Adirondack.
Indeed, I have, Schmidt. A few of them. I'm a rarity in the. Oh, I see what you did. Oh, Mrs. Paper Guy got it for me. Bend over. Is that what you're saying? I'm a rarity in the auction world. But yeah, so we're going to go up to the Adirondacks. There is a Brimfield Productions is putting on a show up over there. We're going to be going up there. It should be a lot of fun doing that. Hopefully I find some good stuff for resale. But now is the time to be doing it. Well, because that's when the show is. But it's also the time to be doing it as opposed to looking for shows to do during the Christmas season when things are selling. So yes, it is terrible that you don't have a lot of sales. It is terrible, that you're listed all day and you don't seem to have anything back on it. But the flip side of it is, don't get discouraged by it. Continue to list, but take the time off if you need to. Do the things around the house that need to be done. If you wanted to go up to the beach, go up to the beach. Do what you have to do. Don't feel guilty about that from time to time. That is true too, Don. That is true too. The Adirondacks. There you are. Yeah, it is very, very hot. It is terribly hot out there. But if you should wish to go outside, now would be the time to do it. Of course, enjoy yourself a little bit over there. Sort stuff out, spend time with the family. Don't just keep beating your head against the wall, listing, because that is discouraging. And the last thing you want is to give up. And you have that feeling of giving up if you list 100 items that you think are good and you get no action whatsoever. Nobody's even looking at them. So walk away for a little bit. Just accept it. Accept the summer slowdown. It's real. I was looking at my numbers back over the last few years, and it's been real the last few years as well. So it just seems more pronounced this year, maybe because my sales otherwise have been better, and it came to like a screeching halt. So, and I did have that $0 day a couple of weeks ago as well, which was unprecedented in recent time as well. So, accept that. We're going away the following week as well, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Where are we going there?
In Ellicottville.
Yep. Well, we're
Mayville.
Mayville show. I'll be going to Salamanca, Ellicottville. Wow, very good. I've never seen that magazine. That is a winner chicken dinner, Sandy. Yeah, so the week after that, we'll be in Salamanca / Ellicottville / Mayville for a show as well. That'll be the show that I'll be talking to the gentleman that puts the show on about maybe buying a table next year at it. We shall see how Allentown goes. And then, maybe we'll start doing a couple of shows a year as long as they provide tables. That's the whole thing. Because the worst thing is the shows that don't provide tables. I can put tables in the car, and that's about it. Which, unless I want to sell tables, doesn't work very well. They go on till about mid-August. Then they start picking, sales start picking back up. So we got about another 3-4 weeks worth of slowdown. And it picks up a little bit in late August. As far as that goes. But again, yesterday was a good day. I'm not going to complain about yesterday. It was a good day yesterday. So these things end up happening. That is absolutely true, Kelly. And that's why I'm saying accept it. Don't rage against the machine. There isn't anything we can do about it. It is what it is. Work on the deck if that's what you have to do. Do this, do that, do it now versus putting it off into the fall when sales start picking up on that stuff. Darn. All righty. We are way ahead of schedule today, my friends. It's time for the rambling story of the week. So do you remember what happened a week and a half ago, Mrs. Paper Guy?
When we don't have electric?
The power went out. And so the power went out, and it was out for about 4 or 5 hours, something or other like that. Mm-hmm. And then it came back on. Well, then it came back on. Apparently, after the fact, I found out what happened, but I don't remember exactly when I realized what had happened. But power came back on, and all of a sudden there was this like noise coming from the wall. And I'm like, what the heck is that? Come to find out after the fact that what it was the speaker upstairs for the doorbell. And apparently something shorted in the doorbell and it was trying to reset. And so it just kept going, but it was loud and there was no possible way to sleep. So I get up and I go, what the heck? Cat in the ceiling fan, exactly. So I got up and I'm like, what the heck? Now, I'm not particularly handy. I don't make any pretensions to being handy. I'm not handy. But I knew I absolutely had to take care of this because there was no possibility of sleeping with this noise. Just no chance at all of sleeping. Could not happen. So I found a screwdriver and I took the case off and I sat there and I looked at it and I go, okay, now what do I do? So we ended up calling Random Neighborhood Kid. And he's like, okay. Well, of course, then the power went back off again. So we had no power. So I didn't have that loud noise. So no power, no lights. Mrs. Papergoy is FaceTiming him and has the flashlight on. He tells me, go get a wire cutter. So I go downstairs and I get the wire cutter. And he goes, all right, you got to be there to cut the wire. I'm like, okay. So I grab the wire cutter. He goes, you're going to electrocute yourself. You're holding the wire cutter wrong. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, you don't put your fingers on the metal part. You just use the grips. I go, oh, okay. So I'm grabbing it and what are you laughing about? I'm saving the day.
I know, but I missed the recording part. I cannot record because the flashlight's on the other side and the other one.
We don't need I'm a humble person. We didn't need to record me saving the family from this terrible disaster.
Oh, okay.
So I've got the wire cutter. I've got the wire cutters there. And if you've ever seen those movies, I felt like Mission Impossible there. It's like, cut the blue wire. So I'm like, what wire do I cut? What wire do I cut? And Random Neighborhood Kid goes, you can cut whatever wire. Just don't cut them both at the same time. But if you do, it's not the end of the world. It's low voltage, but just cut them one at a time. So I'm there and I've got the wire cutters. I got it on there and I cut the wire and the problem was solved, right?
No.
What do you mean,
You
no?
do this like you're making sure you're still alive.
And I was sweating because it was hot.
You're sweating, and then you were like sweating. You're sweating. He's like cutting like a bomb thing.
Okay, last time we have you on the show, I can't believe this. So I saved the day. The bottom line is I ended up saving the day.
Okay.
The house didn't blow up. The
Mhm.
noise is all gone.
Yeah.
I solved the problem. Thank you.
You're
Because
welcome.
like a man, I cut the right wire and I had no problem at all. Cut the
Yeah.
blue wire and you're fine. So, all right, we got to get going. I can't believe this.
And you did take a deep breath. And I said, "You're still alive. Just just get down."
And then random neighborhood kid busted my chops and said, "My job's not that easy, is it?" Peanut gallery. It's crazy. It's crazy. You don't see what everybody out there is saying. They're probably all praising my heroic act, my heroic deed. Thank you. Don understands. High stakes situation.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. I saved the house.
Oh my god! I just wish I have a camera. I mean, the recording going.
Oh my goodness. All right, everybody. Let's wish Mr. Magazine a speedy recovery, a very, very speedy recovery, because he doesn't laugh like that at my stories and at me. So wish him a very, very speedy recovery. Want to thank Mrs. Paperguy for being on the show. She's a good sport about things. Definitely do appreciate you coming on by. We'll talk after the show.
I'm lost. Oh,
You just
face.
left early? You left early. I get it.
I'm becoming invisible now. I have to go up over a little bit.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for being a member of La Paper
Hello.
Passionista. La Paper Passionista is starting to do whatnot shows, so definitely do check that out, as is Mr. Magazine, MISTER Magazine, and as is Paper Guy, so do check that out. Also, next week, we have Penguin Boss will be on, which should be a lot of fun. She's a lot of fun all the time as well. Want to, thank you, Mr. And me. To have me is pretty much a bright spot as well. And don't forget the guy who saved the house. Hello, hero here. I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says hero. Wow. It was great to see you as well, Jeff. And next week, if Mr. Magazine's here, we have a special gift for him, courtesy of Jeff and me. He gave me a little bit of a discount on the price, and I'm going to be giving it to Mr. Magazine. So definitely thank you on that, Jeff, as well. And again, if you're interested in consultation, do reach out. Otherwise, you know everything going on. Not all heroes wear cape. Thank you, Jackie. Finally, somebody understands. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, everybody, hit the like button if you could. We will see you next show.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yep. You got to hit on the show.